versus Stork.
Stork starts to the top of Polar Knights. He is down one map in the best of 3 series here, meaning another map win for his opponent. Would leave Stork in the consolation match and Zest, our Protoss player, to the bottom of the map, qualifying for Code S. He would be the first player to advance today. He's already had in the series. Can he win another map here? A couple of fangirls in the studio here cheering for him.
He just looks so angry.
Yeah, he does, and I like it.
He could take the 2-0 here. It's Protoss versus Protoss, so anything could happen. And I mean anything. We saw...
He looks a little bit like a bull that's about to charge.
Yeah, he does. Like, his face is in that shape of, like, I'm ready to go. I'm going to headbutt you. Zest is, like, not very powerful, though. Like, if he headbutted me, like, I don't think it would hurt that much, but...
No, I want to see him headbutt you.
I think the easiest way is for me to tell him I think he looks a little bit funny today, and he's actually going to do it.
Well, given how angry he looks, he might.
If he loses this group, the chances of that are looking pretty slim right now, but if he does...
Well, if he would lose... Like, think about that for a second. Like, if you are in the winner's match and you're on a 1-0 lead and suddenly you lose 4 maps in a row and you drop out, oh my god, I would be so mad.
We've seen this actually happen before in Code S.
You're probably angry at yourself, angry at your opponents, angry at the world, angry at the game. It's like, oh... But, well, we are
then
not there
he'll headbutt
yet.
me, man, and we'll see what it looks like.
Then he would do that.
Both players' gates finish up here.
But don't worry, if he hits you, I hit him back.
I'm not worried. If he hits me, I'll just pat his head and say that wasn't very painful and sorry. See you in Pro League. Sorry you didn't qualify for Code S.
Well, there we have the probe moving out, and that's going to be... It looks like he wants to go for a proxy there. At least he hides the probe at the right side, and he can always drop a pylon there. If that's the case, then we might possibly see a Stargate, and he's already waiting with the probe for the minerals. Stork is going for the proxy. Yeah, it's going to be a Stargate. We will see Oracle from him.
I like his proxy location. He's not doing the obvious location that we saw him do actually against a Terran player last season in Code S, behind the mineral line at the natural. And PvP, this one's actually arguably better because there's probably not going to be a natural by the time you send that across. And here we go.
Stargate going for the Oracle here. And Zest going with the probe now into his opponent's main base should realize that something's going on. There's a pylon missing. And where's that going to be? That has to be somewhere on the map, so we will have something proxied, and that can only be one of 2 things.
Yep. Or in rare case, maybe a third thing. That being like hidden gateways. We've seen that like only once.
I guess we could see a hidden robo for Warp Prism.
Not
really.
Not like, really, but like it could be. He just wants to identify it. But yeah, one of 2 things normally.
Oh, look at that. Look at that scout.
And Stork is just like, I'm Stork. I always do things like this.
Look at that proxy pylon. Come to Papa. He's probably going to be really happy about that scout. And of course, he already waits with his stalkers in his mineral line. He adds another gate. And that's going to be a lot of stalkers. That's going to be a blink upgrade from the Twilight Council. And that pylon is going down, which means that for a second, Stork is going to be supplied with tier 2. That Oracle should not do anything. So great position for Zest to be in. I mean, he scouts at least what's happening there.
Yeah,
he should at least see the Twilight Council. That will help him.
It's, yeah. Oracle, nothing. Nada. I don't mean red nada, like, I mean like nothing, literally.
Yeah, zip. And well, for now, Stork is going into a Twilight Council on his own.
Yeah.
Yes, now we have the extra gateways finishing up for Zest. And the pylon, of course, is down. He killed that with the Mothership Core. Holds back now. Blink already started. Can Chrono Boost that too. And at the same time, the only thing that Stork is going to do now is try to get his own production up and adding gateway after gateway. And we have the Inca Memorial build. He's going for the DTs.
Goes DTs, not going for Blink Storkers.
I mean, with the DTs, there's currently no detection in Zest's tech. So if he can survive long enough and gets the DTs in the game, then he might be able to win.
Yep, this is actually really annoying. On the other hand, he's already doing so much damage here.
Oh, nice. Kills 1.
That was good micro there by Stork. And he knows he's up against Blink. The transition into... See, he gets the Revelation off, so now he knows, okay, you're probably not adding a Robo. Like, I've already identified this. Meanwhile, the Stalkers of Zest are continuing to pressure in here. He wants to use the force the overcharge as soon as possible.
Well, he will definitely get the DTs into the game. And then it's only a question of where does he warp them in? Does he try to only be aggressive, or does he try to warp in one at least at home to defend? And for Zest, he needs those two observers, one at home, one with his army. And then he can do some work here. But right now, there's just no question about it that he has to wait for an observer, because DTs are going to become a problem, and he kind of identified that already.
Yep, he's just going to get his own detection up. His robotics is nearly done.
That Oracle, I mean, I guess you can't blame a girl for trying, but it's just so determined to go into that mineral line and do some damage, and every single time it goes in, it's like, okay, this time, and then immediately he gets shut down. It's like, oh, okay, gonna come back later.
Yeah, this sentry is ready to force steal the DTs out. He sees it, he's following it, and there's the preemptive force field, there's the observer, and there's the dead DT.
Yep, that didn't do anything, so that tech tree was not successful.
Followed though with the blink Storkers, can be solid. He's got his own blink now, so he can chase one of the stalkers of Zest to actually run away. Can go for that follow-up blink. This is something that Zest may not know. So if he blinks forward, it could be nasty. Here we go. Stork chasing down, and the stalkers of Zest start to blink back. He's got a decent stalker count, but with those zealots, tanking a little bit of damage. Zest with a huge warp in here.
Zest also with a lot more army supply there. So many more stalkers. They cancel on that expansion.
The mothership core is so critical here. He needs it.
Yeah, he can't lose that, but he moves back onto the high ground fast enough. Once more, we have that Oracle just trying to move in. No kills on it so far. 12 stalkers against 9. A few of them in the mineral line, and this time they're really trying to take down that Oracle. The Revelation being used here. And it, wow, survives with 8 hit points. Just barely.
It's not going to be able to get anything done now, though. With only 8 hit points, probably not going to be able to get any damage off on that base. And a ton of stalkers being warped in here by Stork, but he's walking down into a trap. His opponent already has way more. He's got the better concave, and both players blinking excellently here, but eventually Stork is just not going to have enough. Time warp goes down, but it doesn't matter. It looks like with a blink forward, he can actually end it.
Yeah, and he can go in any second right now. Nice micro by Stork, but it's not going to be enough. Here comes the blink forward. He takes the stalkers down. Another time warp, but that is too little too late. The mothership core is gone, and GG. Zest advances to Code S without dropping a single map today.
Would love to see the finger wag, man. He scouted that from a mile away. He smelled that. He's no third pylon. I'm going to go see what you're up to.
Really well done. Stork dropping down to the Constellation match, and will have to face either Innovation or Hero again.
Yeah.
And great job here by Zest. Really well played. Very solid performance today.
Would like to see Stork versus Innovation. That's what I want to see. But I think like the rematch could also be epic, as you just mentioned, might happen as well. So that was a pretty quick series. Zest just bopping Stork down like. He was like, yeah, hello, I'm going to Code S. Like, you're on my way. Can you please step aside for a second? I'm out of here.
And now it's time for Innovation to show us that he is strong enough to get out of this group. He lost against his opponent earlier against Zest with an 0-2. Now he has a second chance against Hero. The player of the next game is going to advance to face Stork in the final best of 3 of the day. Just 5 minutes after the next break, we will have Innovation versus Hero. So guys, stay tuned, and we'll be back with the PVT in a few minutes.